Jag kommer att vara eran svenska lärare idag. That is, I'm going to be your Swedish teacher today. And I'm going to test some soft-spoken English this time, but some Swedish too. And I'm going to teach you a couple of phrases that could be helpful. This was requested as many people liked my Swedish words video, so there you go. I think it's very fun to do also. I like language knowledge, what you should call it. So I have divided phrases in 4 different categories. We can start with the category för att hitta vägen. And that means to find your way. Hej, kan du hjälpa mig att hitta? Hi, could you help me find my way? I repeat. Hej, kan du hjälpa mig att hitta? Hej, kan du hjälpa mig att hitta? Hej, kan du hjälpa mig att hitta? Hi, could you help me find my way? So, that was the first phrase. I think it's important to sort of at once tell people that you want to find your way. You don't want any you don't want them to solve a very hard problem, or you don't want money or something, because most people actually think it's quite fun to give people directions, and they will be happy to help you. So just say, hej, kan du hjälpa mig att hitta? Hi, could you help me find my way? Second phrase is to express that you're thankful that they will help you. Vad bra, tack. Vad bra, tack. Vad bra, tack. And that means great, thanks. Great, thanks. Vad bra, tack. And the third phrase is when you tell them exactly what you're looking for. So I have a couple of examples. Jag letar efter tågstationen. Which means I'm looking for the train station. Once again. Jag letar efter tågstationen. Jag letar efter tågstationen. Or you could also be looking for something else, like a grocery store, which is mataffär. En mataffär, a grocery store. Jag letar efter en mataffär. You could be looking for the beach, maybe. And then you would say, jag letar efter stranden. Stranden. Jag letar efter stranden. Maybe it's not by train you're going to travel. Maybe it's by bus. And then you ask for the busstationen. The bus station. Jag letar efter busstationen. Jag letar efter busstationen. Be careful not to say pusstationen, because then they will think you're weird. That would be the kissing station. Right. Maybe you're going to the airport and you have a rental car and look for it. And you have to stop and ask someone where it is. And then you would say, jag letar efter flygplatsen. Jag letar efter flygplatsen. Jag letar efter flygplatsen. So that was the third phrase. Many phrases in that one. And the fourth phrase is quite the same, but it's the wording is a bit different. And the example is if you want to find the near lake. And you would say, åt vilket håll ligger sjön? And that would be, the lake is in which direction? If you just want them to point you in the right direction and not have a long description of how to walk. Åt vilket håll ligger sjön? Åt vilket håll ligger sjön? The lake is in which direction? Åt vilket håll ligger sjön? And the fifth phrase is it over there? If you just want to get a confirmation of where you think it is. And that would be, är det där borta? Är det där borta? Är det där borta? And then you would point like, är det där borta? And I repeat, that means, is it over there? So now you know how to ask about where you're going, where it is. And then maybe you find the food store and you go in to buy something. And there could be a lot of people in there. And then you maybe need to tell them, excuse me, can I pass? You're standing in the way. Then you would say, ursäkta, kan jag få komma fram? Ursäkta, kan jag få komma fram? Ursäkta, kan jag få komma fram? And ursäkta means excuse me, Kan jag få komma fram betyder can I pass? Ursäkta, kan jag få komma fram? Ursäkta, kan jag få komma fram? And when you have passed those people, maybe you have trouble finding a way in the food store. If you can't find the freezer, you would say to someone, jag hittar inte frysdisken. Var är den? Jag hittar inte frysdisken. Var är den någonstans? I can't find the freezer. Where is it? Jag hittar inte frysdisken. Var är den? Jag hittar inte frysdisken. Var är den? Maybe they will say that they're not working there, and they don't know either, but most stores are built up in the same way. So the freezer usually is somewhere in the middle of the butiksvarv. You know, you get into the store on the right side and then you go in and to the left and then out. So usually it is somewhere furthest in. The next phrase. Swedes are very careful to stand in line in the right way. So sometimes people just stand around talking and then you don't know if they are queuing or if they are just standing there. So then you can ask, börjar kön här? Which means, does the line start here? Börjar kön här? Börjar kön här? Börjar kön här? And it's important that you say kön with a K, because if you say kön, it means something quite different. It means gender or your genitals. So say, börjar kön här? And kön is the line. The next phrase. Hopefully you will not use this because Swedes will be kind of irritated even though they try to not show it. But maybe you need to say, maybe your wife is like having a baby and you have to hurry and just run away and go to be with her. And you need to say that I'm in a hurry. Could I please pay before you? I'm only going to buy this, so it won't take long. And you really have to emphasize that it won't take long. It's just a small favor. But it would mean a lot to me. That's how important line discipline is in Sweden. Well, you would say, jag har bråttom. Skulle jag kunna få gå före dig? Jag ska bara köpa den här så det går fort. And you have to really show in your body language that you in such a big hurry. Otherwise it's well, you don't care enough to make them let you go first. Jag har bråttom. Skulle jag kunna få gå före dig? Jag ska bara köpa den här så det går fort. Jag har bråttom. Skulle jag kunna gå före dig? Jag ska bara köpa den här så det går fort. Which means I'm in a hurry. Could I please pay before you? I'm only going to buy this, so it won't take long. Jag har bråttom. Skulle jag kunna få gå före dig? Jag ska bara köpa den här så det går fort. But please use it very rarely. Think of it as a big power that should only be used in emergencies. And if they let you pass, you should say that you're very grateful with a big emphasis on, I'm so happy. So you would say, oh, thank you so much. Which in Swedish is, tack så jättemycket. Tack så jättemycket. Tack så jättemycket. Oh, thank you so much. Tack så jättemycket. Tack så jättemycket. Tack så jättemycket. So, now you're ready in the food store. And we move on. Maybe it's time to go to a party and mingle with some people. Or maybe you meet an old friend that you haven't seen in a long time. Then you need to make small talk, which in Swedish is småprata. And that is our next category. So, when you meet someone, you can say, hej, hur är det? Hej, hur är det? Hej, hur är det? Hej, hur är det? Which means, hi, how's it going? The same phrase, but a little more like cool would be, tja, hur är läget? Tja, hur är läget? Hej, hur är det? Tja, hur är läget? Hej, hur är det? Tja, hur är läget? I feel like Joe in Friends when I say, tja, hur är läget? It's like, hey, how you doing? But friends say it to each other all the time. So it's not like flirty. It's just, you want an update with how's it going. If you're a bit more, if you want to have a more caring style, like show that you, if they wouldn't feel good, you would be sad for them or something like that. You can say, hur mår du? Which means, how are you feeling? That could be, often it's interpreted like it's in a physical way. Like, yeah, are you ill or maybe you didn't sleep well or something like that. And it signals a bit like you're worried about the person. So many who come to Sweden learn to say this. Hur mår du? But I think it's better to say hur är det? Because it's more general. And maybe more what you're looking for when greeting someone. Hur är det? Instead of hur mår du? But if you really are wondering how they're feeling, then you should say hur mår du? So that's the second phrase. Hur mår du? Hur mår du? Hur mår du? Hur mår du? And then the third phrase. If you want to give them an answer, if they say hur är det? And maybe you don't feel like explaining everything in your life, so you just say that you're fine and ask how they themselves are. Then you say, det är fint. Hur är det själv då? Det är fint. Hur är det själv då? Det är fint. Hur är det själv då? Eller, now I'm speaking Swedish, I mean or. Det är bra. Hur är det själv då? Det är fint. Hur är det själv då? Det är bra. Hur är det själv då? Det är fint. Hur är det själv då? So, it means exactly this. I'm fine. And you? I'm fine. What about you? Swedes are, if you ask them how you feel, probably they will go into a lot of detail and tell you that maybe they're happy about something, but at the same time they worry about something else. But that could be shortened in a phrase that is often used when answering the how's it going question. And then they say, äsch, kan inte klaga. Äsch, kan inte klaga. Which means, oh, there's nothing to complain about. So that means that most things are good, but as always there is something that they are worried about, but maybe they don't want to talk about it, but just acknowledge that it's there. If you meet an old friend that you haven't met in a long while, you greet them as always. Maybe you say, det var inte igår, which means, oh, that it wasn't yesterday that we saw each other lastly. And then usually you say, vad gör du nu för tiden? Vad gör du nu för tiden? Vad gör du nu för tiden? Which means, what do you do nowadays? What do you do nowadays? And that means that you want to get a quick brief on big events in their life, like work life, family, and their overall goals in life. Vad gör du nu för tiden? Vad gör Vad gör du nu för tiden? So now you have some small talk. Småprat. Eller kallprat kan vi också kalla det ibland. Kallprat is small talk but in a more negative way. Many people don't like to small talk and just think it's well, it's not deep and they don't like it. Then they say kallprat. So now, if you're past the small talk and you want to express your feelings, then we have the fourth category, uttrycka känslor, express your feelings. Maybe you don't want to speak about your psychological issues and say that it's something that's bad physically. Then you could say, jag känner mig krasslig. Which means that you don't feel well in a physical way. But it's not something really, really bad. It's just that you, maybe you have a bit of headache and something like that. Jag känner mig krasslig. Jag känner mig krasslig. Jag känner mig krasslig. Jag känner mig krasslig. And I repeat, it means I don't feel well physically. The second phrase is a more serious way of saying that you don't feel well, that you feel ill, or that you feel psychologically bad. Yeah. And then you would say, jag mår dåligt. Jag mår dåligt. Jag mår dåligt. Jag mår dåligt. And Swedes are very open with not feeling good. And they might not know what to do when a person doesn't feel well, but it's very much okay to feel bad. I think that is very good. We complain a lot, but it's honest, I think. So you say, jag mår dåligt. If you do. Hopefully not. But it's hard to evade at all times. If someone has hurt your feelings and you want to explain that it did hurt your feelings, you say that something made you feel sad. So you say, jag blev ledsen för det. Jag blev ledsen för det. Jag blev ledsen för det. Or you could also say simply, det sårade mig. Det sårade mig. Which specifically means it hurt me. It hurt my feelings. Det sårade mig. The first one, jag blev ledsen för det, means that made me feel sad. And maybe they'll apologize and say that they didn't mean to hurt you. So that could be good to know. If someone is making you irritated and you're about to explode, then you say passa dig jävligt noga. And if someone says that to you, you need to watch it really carefully, or they might hit you or something. It means that watch it and then swear word carefully. You better behave now or I'll get really angry. Passa dig jävligt noga. Passa dig jävligt noga. Passa dig jävligt noga nu. Yeah, watch out for that one. People could also say it jokingly if someone tease you in a friendly sort of way. They might say passa jävligt noga nu without really meaning it, just as a way of getting back at them. And so the last one, phrase number 5 of feelings. Sometimes if you get really excited and want the world to know, you say, oh, I just love this. In Swedish, jag bara älskar det här. 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 Oh, I just love this. Oh my god, I love this. Och jag bara älskar det här. Jag bara älskar det här. Jag bara älskar det här. Hopefully, that's one you will need to say. I can finish with just rambling through all of them in Swedish. I apologize for my flat neighbor who is renovating, so you can hear them drilling. But it's not so bad right now, I think. So, all of them. Ursäkta, kan jag få komma fram? Ursäkta, kan jag få komma fram? Jag hittar inte frysdisken, var är den? Burken här. Jag har bråttom. Skulle jag kunna få gå före dig? Jag ska bara köpa den här så det går fort. Åh, tack så jättemycket. Hej, hur är det? Hej, hur är det? Tja, hur är läget? Hur mår du? Det är fint. Hur är det själv då? Äsch, jag kan inte klaga. Äsch, jag kan inte klaga. Vad gör du nu för tiden?